My son learns almost everything that he knows from watching YouTube videos or some other uh, platform online. And once he gets something in his mind, it's really hard to convince him that he's wrong. One of the strange things that he has fixated on is this idea that Philadelphia is the worst town in the world. And he cites a story about a hitchhiking robot. So these people make a hitchhiking robot for fun. It sticks its thumb up, you pick it up, you take it to the next town, and the goal for this robot is to make it across the country from coast to coast. And so in Canada, this robot successfully made it from the East Coast to the West Coast. So then they tried to do the same thing in the U.S., and it started at the East Coast, made it to Philadelphia, which is like an hour from the coast, and the robot was vandalized. It was destroyed. And so this is his primary evidence that Philadelphia is terrible. He'll talk about the crime rates. He doesn't know anything about that stuff, but he's just convinced Philadelphia is a terrible place. My experience has been quite the opposite. I enjoy the city. There's great historic sites to go see. I love the Philly steak sandwiches that you can get at from the street vendors. And probably the thing that I love most of all is just running up those stairs and pretending to be like Rocky Balboa, just for fun. So I always had a good time whenever I've been to the city. This city of brotherly love, so to speak. It's actually named after a city in the ancient world, a city that was in Asia Minor, modern day Turkey. The city of Philadelphia also in that time had mixed reviews. So when Jesus speaks the church of Philadelphia, he's got nothing bad to say about them. It's the church you wanted to be from. But the city of Philadelphia oppressed them. The Christians in Philadelphia had very little power, very little influence. But Jesus just commends them. He praises them. He says, though you have little power, you have been faithful. And I will open a door for you that nobody will be able to close. So when I look at the churches in Revelation, I often try to give them a little nickname so I can remember them. And so Philadelphia is the faithful church. Jesus says that since they kept his word and they would not deny his name, even with the pressures of society on them, they just remained faithful, that he would write the name of God on them, that they would become pillars in the heavenly temple. So, brothers and sisters, whether you are great or you're small, whether you have much influence or almost no influence, remain faithful. Keep his word. Never deny Christ. This is my prayer. I ask you to pray with me that we would be faithful, that at the end of the day, Jesus would have nothing bad to say about us, but instead, he would say, you are a good and faithful servant. Be blessed.